Orang tang tatty. The bully and the bully and Kizaki. Orang tang tatty. Oh boy. Shalimar, Shalimar, Swami Show. Me think that job was small. Oh boy. I'll get you those happy cats call. Come on, boys, let's have a ball. Don't you be the Ikaru, get hep. Come on and follow me, do. Don't you be the Ikaru, get hep. Come on and follow me, do. Don't you be the Ikaru, get hep. Come on and follow me, do. Then you get your steady food. You make the joint jump like the gators do. Dim damn jump is the jumping guy. Dim damn jump is the jumping guy. Dim damn jump is the jumping guy. Make sure you dig your jive on the Miller side. The bully and the bully and Kizaki. 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 Dimma damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. I'll make you dimma damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. I'll make you dimma damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. I'll make you dig your jive on the Miller side. The dimma damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. I'll make you 9 foot taller when you're 4 foot 5. The bully and the bully and Kizaki. Orang tang tatty. The bully and the bully and Kizaki. Orang tang tatty. Oh boy. Shalimar, Shalimar, Swami Show. Me think that job was small. Oh boy. I'll get you those happy cats call. Come on, boys, let's have a ball. Don't you be the Ikaru, get hep. Come on and follow me, do. Don't you be the Ikaru, get hep. Come on and follow me, do. Don't you be the Ikaru, get hep. Come on and follow me, do. Then you get your steady food. You make the joint jump like the gators do. Dim damn jump is the jumping guy. Dim damn jump is the jumping guy. Dim damn jump is the jumping guy. Make sure you dig your jive on the Miller side. The bully and the bully and Kizaki. 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 Dimma damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. I'll make you dimma damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. I'll make you dimma damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. I'll make you dig your jive on the Miller side. The dimma damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. I'll make you 9 foot taller when you're 4 foot 5. Don't you be that Ikaru, get hep. Come on and follow through. Then you get your steady food. You make a joint jump like gators do. The dim damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. Makes you like your head on the dim damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. Makes you like your head on the dim damma dumma yippee dumma you jive. Makes you like your head on the Jim jumping jive makes you hep hep on the Miller side.
Hey, you wanna hear a good joke? Nobody speak, nobody get choked. Nobody speak. Nobody speak. Nobody speak. Nobody get choked.
Oh, yes. Oh, God. What a flippin' weekend. Oh, my God. It's been so hectic, been so overwhelming. But at least I got paid in Okada dollars. At least a nice little souvenir to go with when it comes to the all-in thing. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I am Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live. that you can see every night after a major WWE pay-per-view alongside editor-in-chief of Wrestleview.com, Adam Martin. Hi. Hey, Jamel. Yeah, I survived All In. We'll just go ahead and put it that way. So much to talk about, not just for me on a personal and professional standpoint, but also in the standpoint of this wacky theater that we call professional wrestling. As always, we're going to go over the red and blue shows, the Raw and the Smackdowns. Going to go over the week's news, which included the massive weekend that was All In Weekend and StarCast over in Chicago over the weekend. Also, big updates to the WWE Milk Carton. As many of you watching this stream, listening to the podcast know, the WWE Milk Carton involves performers of the WWE that are not injured, that have not been on television for 3 weeks. Many are off of it, but many have made a return appearance. And so we can try to figure out what the heck is going on. Also, match of the night. I am really, really intrigued by. So over at All In Weekend, the All In event itself, the main event, which was strained for time, was the 6-man tag involving the Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi versus the trio of Phoenix, Bandido, and Rey Mysterio Jr. I knew of everyone in this match except for one cat, and that was this guy named Bandido. Never heard of him. I tried searching the YouTube and my little database of Dark Overlord and Misogynist Dave Meltzer's starred matches and could not find jack. There was only records that Meltzer watched maybe 6 or 7 of his matches from this year. Nothing prior. And so I had to kind of shoot off a flare in the land of Twitter, and thankfully Lucha Blog came through for me and sent me a match where he is facing some guy named Flamita or something like that. But it's in San Juan. This was back in November of last year. I only saw the... I will be honest, I caught the first 10 seconds of this just so I could get an audio check. This arena and where this is, I really hope does not confirm the stereotypes that I've had of Mexico, where it's kind of you have those pockets of the country, kind of like how this country is, where there are pockets that have a lot of humanity and a lot of money, and those that don't. This was filmed in an arena in an area that did not. And so I'm genuinely curious about this match, how it ends up looking, and, just curious. It's in San Juan Arena. I don't know what organization it's affiliated with. It might be AAA. I'm not sure. But I'm really curious about this match and get to see some more luchadoring. This is only going to be the second match I have ever watched out of Mexico. So I really cannot wait to check this one out. If you have any suggestions for match of the night, it's got to be something weird, out there, but also something that you think is really interesting, and you are not a wrestling fan if you haven't seen it. Because, I don't know jack about wrestling, even though I've been watching it for 32, 33 years. Apparently, I get judged because I don't see things. So if you've got a suggestion for the match of the night, send it up to my Twitter handle, DM me, @DougWrestleview. Also, 57 followers. I'm only looking for followers. I'm not looking for money. I've got plenty of money. It's right here. I've got plenty of money. I'm needing up to 100 followers, and we are going to watch together, live, Wrestle Kingdom 12. Never watched it. Don't plan on watching it until I hit this goal. It ain't going to happen until that 100 is met. So, if you know people who... Seriously, just follow me. Please follow me. I'm kind of a big deal. Well, I think I am. I might be. I don't know. But we'll see. Also, what we're drinking today is, yes, insert your sexual jokes here, Hop Job Session IPA. It's a seasonal IPA from Foothills Brewery, just down the street from me, an hour and a half over in Greensboro, North Carolina. Very light IPA. It's only a 4.9, so we should be okay. Except, so, as many of you know, I hold my feet to the fire. When I am wrong about things, I have a lot of integrity. I take pride in that. In that, if I am wrong, I deserve to be punished. So going into All In Weekend, I was genuinely scared because here I am jumping into the void of black shirts, of Cheeto munchers, of dew chuggers. I really thought that I was going to have a miserable time. I was going to have a god-awful, miserable time this entire weekend to be around the sea of cadaverous white skin and questionable aptitude to the surroundings around them. And I was wrong. I had some great discussions with so many different fans, so many different fellow podcasters like myself, and also some performers. And I know I don't have photographic proof of it, and that's kind of one of the biggest things that I was wanting to get out of this entire weekend was I love talking with performers and talking with those in this industry of professional wrestling, but I don't like to go so far as to go like, hey, can we get a picture together? Oh, hey, we're all trying to sell. They're trying to sell themselves. We're trying to sell ourselves. And it's really, really difficult being in the wrestling media, but being the kind of person that I am, that I just want to sit down and chat. I just want to get to know everybody. It's not I don't want to get my foot in the door in this industry. Heaven, I've only got 57 followers out of 100, and I've been doing this freaking show for 7 months. I'm not really looking for much. I'm not going to ask for much, and nor am I going to demand it. I mean, I've got swank business cards. I've got a ton of them here, too. But I am not one, I'm a horrible salesperson when it comes to myself, but I'm better at selling a product. We'll put it that way. But it's really difficult when the kind of moments and memories that I wanted to have were just sitting down and talking with people. Don't need to take a picture with them. Don't need to tout that. Oh, hey, look who I spoke with. Didn't need that. I had a great talk with SoCal Val alongside Sam with King of Pro Wrestling podcast. Just talking about life, talking about what we thought of the show, talking about wrestling, what brought us into liking this weird foray of theater, talking about our television viewing tendencies, and just talking about life in general. It was a really, really great chat. No, I did not record it because it's not meant to be. It's meant to be something that I can hold on to and that everyone sitting there can also be involved in as well. Discussions I had with fans and other podcasters was really, really interesting in that I was not chastised. I was not alienated or isolated for being someone who is completely oblivious to everything that's happening. I don't know a whole lot about the jokers that are on the all-in card. I sure as hell don't know a hell of a lot about the people trying to sell themselves. And so it was up to me to educate myself, to be open-minded about it, and to, make myself as vulnerable as I could be. I thought I was going to have a horrible time. I was dead wrong. And so that means I should punish myself. As you all know, whenever I get predictions wrong of any kind, I take a shot of tequila. I am not a fan of taking this stuff straight up. I would rather prefer it being with a margarita, with it being really mixed well. But this is what I get. This is what I get for believing in stereotypes. Okay? So, this is not water, as many of you know. I deserve a double shot for it. It's what I deserve. So, rumors are that they might be doing a second one of these. If that happens, I know damn well not to make these same kind of horrid judgments that I've made previously. I can only hope to expect a great show once again and a great weekend once again. So, Here is to my stupidity and all the other bad stuff. Ugh. Mm. Oh, never again. Oh, man, that hit hard. Oh, that hit hard. If there is an all-in sequel, I may take the time off to go to the show. I absolutely recommend that, Jamel. Absolutely recommend it. It really depends more about where they plan on doing it, how they plan on doing it, but that is for way down the line. McCain, thank you so much for following. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show. You caught me just in time. I just downed a double shot of tequila because I'm a dum-dum. Because I thought I was going to have a horrible time at All In. And can you blame me for thinking that? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can think of me for thinking that way. All right. Anyway, got that out of the way. On to the show. As you can see, my pay-per-view record stinks after SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Tonight's match, Flamita versus Bandido in San Juan Arena, I believe is affiliated with AAA, but this was done last November. I'm really, really psyched about this match. Not just because, oh boy, it's going to be really exciting and stuff, but just because of the environment, the area that it's in. You're going to have to pardon me. I'm going to be belching a ton because of taking that beer chaser. But I'm really, really super psyched for this match that we're going to check out. But on to the Red Show. Oh, look at those guys. Those guys look like they just came back from All In. Whoa. Looks like they just came back from the after party or something. Jeez Louise. You're looking at the Shield. You're looking at the Shield and how, I guess what the name of the group is the Pack. That is Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler. So, this is an interesting show, to say the least. Lots of interesting things happening out of Columbus, Ohio, my home state, but not my home city. My home city is being of Cleveland, because Columbus, no, it's too. They like to spell a lot. We'll go ahead and put it that way. Starting off the show with the Pack. I guess that's what they're called. They're heading on down to the ring because they're all hot stuff. Braun talks about how he took them down and everything, and he says, "Big dog, I've got a pack of my own now, and I'm going to show you that this is my yard." Roar! Yeah, so here we are. We have a schmoz breaking out because the Shield came down through the crowd, and there was a big old hullabaloo. A schmoz is what we'll call it. Red Rover, let the Shield come over. Yes, we will go. What I really liked about this segment was there was one part to where the cameraman, we got a shot of the apron like this, and you see Seth Rollins just shoot and dive through the bottom ropes and almost land on his head, but he's just scampering and scrawling, trying to get over to them. And you kind of see Roman jogging slowly as if to conserve his energy. Seth wants to get him. Dean wants to get him. Roman, not so much. But Jamel saying WWE proving us wrong. Braun is a heel. You know what? Is Braun a heel? You know, so he didn't motion to the crowd when he did his entrance. He didn't wear his merch. Is it safe to say that he is a heel? Yeah, I guess it's safe to say that he's a heel. Will he ever go back to being a babyface? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, that can happen. In time. Roman remembers getting flipped, and that's why he jogged. Yeah, I would jog like that, too, if I had that happen to me. I'm more worried about the stretcher spot than I am the ambulance spot. Mr. Roy Nemmer of the Wrestleview. Did Roy do this one, or did Mike do this one? No, Mike did this one. Yeah, Mike did this one. Mike did our review. Mike Tedesco also accompanied Adam Martin and myself to All In Weekend. Just want to say this as an aside. The man is awesome. Okay, he got us all of the interviews that we are going to have posted on the website. We're looking like upwards of 7 to 8 interviews. He is fantastic talking to the talent and performers. There were times where I was alongside with him. I had a bottle of wine and an empty glass trying to coax some people to our table, which was really tough. But Mike is an absolute national treasure to get us all of our stuff. He is fantastic approaching the talent and everything, especially wearing the snazzy shirt. He did a fabulous job. But Mike, on the review, said, unbelievably enough, it is official. They have turned one of the biggest faces on Raw heel. Braun Strowman was a complete heel in the opening segment. The crowd booed some, but they mostly stayed quiet. This is something. I get they have to tell a story heading into Hell in a Cell, but to compromise a merchandise seller and someone people are super into watching to do so is reckless. I totally get that assessment. That this guy, uber popular, with everyone chanting, get these hands and selling the merch and everything, I totally get how this is a very risky move. However, it all depends on when you turn him back to face, who is he turning on? We all know that the reason that he became such a face in the first place was asserting that with The Miz from last year. Tormenting The Miz and The Miz Taraj. That's how he became a babyface. And then suddenly in January, had the handicap match with Slater and Rhino. He throws out the get these hands line for the first time, and it explodes. So The Miz was the catalyst for Braun to be a babyface. How do you have him be a babyface after he's become this heel? Oh, it's simple. You have him turn on Ziggler and McIntyre. The problem is, though, right now, and it's so early to say this, but are Ziggler and McIntyre big enough heels that when Strowman does inevitably swerve, it is verifiable, that it is reliable, that it's relevant? Right now, it isn't. I don't believe it is, because McIntyre and Ziggler have not done enough to assert themselves as the dominant heels on this show, which is incredibly weird to say. Monday Night Raw is devoid of a main event heel. It is. Brock Lesnar was the main event heel. We haven't seen him since SummerSlam. We haven't seen Paul Heyman since SummerSlam. So who is to be your heel? For a point in time, throughout the rest of the earlier portions of this year and last year, it was Strowman. Strowman was the heel. He was the main event heel. Samoa Joe, maybe to an extent, was the main event heel, but right now, Raw is devoid of a main event heel, and they need one right now. And so, taking the risky move to turn Strowman into that is a smart move right now. In the future, we'll see. It's very, it's really weird to know that Monday Night Raw doesn't have a main event heel right now. We see the Shield loaded up into the paddy wagon. See you later, boys. Thanks for coming. So the Shield is off, and the Pack, I guess, is what they're called. I'm not a big fan of that name. Not a big fan of it at all. So the Riot Squad is in the ring. You know that to be Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan. Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan. I've always been complaining about their names. They are, you can look at them and you can tell them apart, but by God, the names don't help. And Wooby Wyatt. Wooby Wyatt is there. She's going to be at ringside for this tag match. Braun and the Strowmen. I don't know about that, Jamel. So the Riot Squad is in the ring because they are going to have a tag match against... Sorry, I got a little distracted there. They're going against the Bellas. I'm really confused about this because Brie Bella has been appearing on Smackdown to do stuff with Daniel Bryan, and yet she's on Raw doing stuff with Nikki Bella. I don't know what's going on here. Where is Brie going? And for one, I'll get into my thoughts about the Bellas here in a sec. But Brie Bella's a free agent like John Cena. God, what a horrid free agent. Dear God. Ugh. But okay, so we got the match here between the tag teams, and so Liv Morgan, just making fun of Brie, you can't see me, making fun of Nikki. I mean, you can't see me. This match was bad, really, really bad. Nikki is incredibly competent in the ring. Nikki is incredibly competent. Don't get me wrong. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan make for really good female heels. But when you're returning from, dear God, we're looking at nearly a 9-month to year-long hiatus. You're coming back into the ring. You need to choose your moveset wisely. You can make the excuses all you want that she's been gone for a long time and, botches happen. She did this twice. That was the second one. It took my mind away from the rest of the match. It took my mind away from everything else. I mean, I don't give a damn about this stupid rack attack, whatever. I don't care. All that I saw was this. I don't know how much she practiced or anything. Here's my thing regarding the suicide dive. Okay. Did she practice it? I don't know. She got clearance to do it? I don't know. But this is all I know. This was the second time she did it. Maybe when you botch the first one, you say, no, you know what, I shouldn't do that spot. Instead of a suicide dive, I just do a top rope plancha stationary instead of running. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. You can change it up. But if you screw it up once and you're going to try it again, for God's sake, don't be Baron Corbin with a vagina. Please don't. Don't do this. Couple of scary moments with Brie Bella botching not one but two suicide dives. Dives outside of the ring are so overdone anymore. It's seriously only a matter of time before one goes catastrophically wrong just for a spot that means nothing but to get a pop. Aside from that, this was a basic by the numbers tag. Nikki was great on the hot tag and a good pop. Brie was good with the yes kicks, but no more suicide dives. Absolutely, Mike. I wholeheartedly agree. No more suicide dives for Brie Bella. Let Daniel Bryan be Daniel Bryan. Let him take the risks. Let him take the risks. Shawn Michaels is going to be out later tonight. Baron Corbin's on his phone and he's talking to Stephanie McMahon. We know this because he said goodbye, Stephanie. This has been happening in professional wrestling, especially with WWE and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown to an extent. Whenever you see an authority figure or general manager on the phone, they never say who they're talking to. They're always on the phone like, yes, it was great. Yeah, I totally agree. Oh, someone's coming in. Gotta go. Bye. Who are they talking to? Are they talking to their mom or their boss, or are they talking to the bartender from last night? I'm so glad that Baron said goodbye, Steph. It's something that's needed to be said for a long, long time. Because I always thought that, they were just talking into nothing like how I was. So Corbin's backstage, he's in his office, and Finn Balor walks in, he wants a rematch. And Corbin's like, dude, I'm GM, I've got stuff to do. And Balor says, well, you're so proud of your temporary power, and it's like you're trying to compensate for something. And Corbin goes, well, you know what? Yeah, I'll take you up on that. We'll be the main event. Cool, says Balor. So Bobby Roode, after the commercial, is talking with Chad Gable backstage, Charlie Caruso. This is in the gorilla position, by the way. They don't often do interview positions over here, but now that we've seen the WWE 24 documentaries and they show a lot of what this gorilla position looks like, this is now really out in the open. So this seems to be the interview stage for Raw. Roode's talking with Gable. Gable says that he's kept an eye on things around here and he's been captivated by how Roode is in big moments. And Roode says that's a great suggestion from a former tag champ. If Bobby Roode had not shown up this week, he was going to be on the milk carton. Chad Gable had not been on TV since having funny ha-has with Finn Balor backstage. Sure. Again, this is just coming from someone who takes notice of this and everything. I mean, casual wrestling fans don't remember this stuff, you know. They just take it as it is. But I am the borderline of casual and observant wrestling fan. I mean, by God, I keep a spreadsheet of when people have been on TV. So we have the Ascension versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. This was a fun match. This was a very fun match in that this is the first time Chad Gable has been in the ring since he's been doing junk with Jinder Mahal, and that was about 2-3 months ago. This is the first time Bobby Roode has been in the ring since he's had that horrid mini program with Mojo Rawley. WWE's been watching these videos to see who needs to make an appearance and get off the milk carton? No. No, they've got a database like mine. Okay, they haven't been watching this stream at all. But they do keep note of who's been on TV and who hasn't. Thus, they plot out when their returns are that much more potent. Okay, and 3 weeks is usually the general scope, is the general term limit for when someone is still viable, in my opinion. Here I am trying to tout up my WWE Milk Carton, but seriously, 3 weeks is generally the line. That's the borderline, okay? That's the borderline to where, oh my God, what happened to Bobby Roode? Oh, we have a Chad Gable. What is this? You know, that's generally the line. It's close to a month. Once you get beyond 3 weeks and you're getting into 5 or 6, they better be a big enough star or else gone. So, Ascension versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. This was a fun match. This was a fun match in that if you are watching Monday Night Raw for the first time and you're wanting to be introduced to Chad Gable, this was the match to watch. If you have been watching Monday Night Raw for the past 5 months and you're a Bobby Roode fan and you wanted to see Bobby Roode be in something that you can get behind and be proud of, this is the match you want to watch. This was a really fun match. First off, I love the Ascension. I love the music. I love their look. They painted up their faces about a year and a half ago to change them, to kind of separate them. Great. I know that they were supposed to be monsters, but I don't care. We have new monsters to, fawn over that we will talk about later. But the Ascension is a great, not squash team, not job team, but good affirmation team. They could talk about their history in NXT and talk about when you get a victory above them, it is a big deal. So here we go with Chad Gable going, whee! This was a very, very fun match. Here we go. Show him with the rolling German. I love this move. I love the rolling German. Does it so slowly, just so good. His Germans, I think, are the best. I love his German suplexes, how he just does that slow to make it look like I'm a small guy and I'm taking so much effort to get this guy over. So good. It's just so good. but it's only meant for tag matches. He won't be in singles. He'll never be in singles competition. It'll never happen. But this match was a really fun match. It showed how during this match, Bobby Roode was very apprehensive of being in the match in the first place. He was apprehensive of being a tag team wrestler. And the commentators did a fantastic job accentuating that fact. That Bobby Roode is in an uncomfortable place, but he's with someone who's very comfortable in it, against a team that is very comfortable in being a tag team. This was a very, very fun match. Top 10, absolutely not. But in the circumstances that I just gave you earlier, great match. Great match to watch. Chad Gable was super awesome on the hot tag. This tag team screams, we have nothing for the two of you, so try this, but it could be beneficial for both guys. We shall see. Absolutely. It is absolutely beneficial for both guys. Let's take a swig from our sources. There is a guy who has not been on television that has been injured and we have no timeline on. His name is Jason Jordan. If you were to insert him anywhere involving this program, involving against any talents, it would be in this one right here with Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. Jason Jordan, Jason Angle, call him what you want. But when a Jason Jordan becomes healthy and you want to insert him into the TV show, you insert him into wanting to be back together with Chad Gable, but there's a Bobby Roode in the way. What are you going to do? Are you going to have him combat Bobby Roode? Are you going to have him combat Chad Gable? Is there going to be a swerve of some kind? Could Chad Gable become heel alongside Jason Jordan to topple the Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode find another partner to team up to go against the two? Could Jason Jordan actually become face and join with these guys with Bobby Roode at the helm of the team? There are a lot of different options that can come from this. That's why I really enjoyed this tag match in introducing this dynamic. You can fantasy book this a ton, and it's so much fun to do it. Maybe an old partner of Bobby's who loves beer. No, that's not happening. Stop it. You're a naughty person, Jamel. Stop it. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias. So Elias is in the ring. He strums his guitar. He sings a little bit of a song. Says how he hates being in Columbus, and Columbus has produced horrible people. But then Alexa Bliss comes out and says that she's from Columbus. She starts up the chant of OHIO, says that she graduated high school in this arena, but then disses disses the Buckeyes that are there in attendance, which is fantastic. Does all of that stuff, and also Alicia Fox and Mickie James is in tow. But then out from the back come the Natalya and the Wanda Rousey. So now we're going to have a match of Alexa Bliss versus Natalya. Alexa Bliss uses Ronda Rousey's arm bar to make Natalya tap out in quick fashion. There's nothing really more to say to this match except for this. For the love of God, I love Alicia Fox. The whip. Hey, Mikey, thank you for following, dude. Really appreciate it. Thanks for following up. We are talking about the Alexa Bliss Ronda Rousey match and how much I love Alicia Fox as a rag doll. Look at this. I mean, leaves her body completely limp, and my lord. Oh, I don't know if it's the dress or the hair or the contrast of, pardon my, this is not racist, but the contrast of skin. I know that sounds horrible. I know that sounds horrible. But look at it. Look at this. This is fantastic. Okay. Um I need more of that in my life. Okay. I'm just gonna let this play while I talk, because by God, it's just so fantastic to look at. Would it be safe to say that for the past 2 weeks, building the Ronda Rousey Alexa Bliss rematch going into Hell in a Cell, I think, would it be safe to say that it's been built around Alicia Fox? Alicia Fox has been making this feud. She has been selling to Ronda like a goddamn champ. Look at her. I thought her arm was going to be yanked out of her socket, and she came back from having a broken butt. I don't want to have her away. Alicia Fox, you are a national treasure. You really are. You should be sitting along with Mike Tedesco. Mike Tedesco should give you a judo throw, because National Treasures giving National Treasures judo throws is something fantastic to watch. My lord. You know, the only thing that's really no, nothing's missing from this. That is fantastic. Okay. And I'll be honest, while watching Monday Night Raw, I was really just I was snoring a ton. But then when Ronda and Alicia got in, oh, I perked up. Oh my God, that was fantastic. Quick and painless match with Alexa Bliss beating Natalya with Rousey's armbar, but Rousey was awesome after the match, especially tossing around Alicia. Good build for the match, absolutely. Alicia Fox is making this match. Making it completely on her own and doing a fabulous job at it. All right, so Corbin is bitching at a stagehand to clean his watch. Out and in comes the Pack, saying they want competition. Ziggler says, well, I was going to have a rematch for me Intercontinental title, but Seth Rollins ain't here. We ain't doing everything. We want a tag title match. Corbin, I will have thoughts about Corbin in a little bit. I'm just recapping here. But Corbin then says, well, Revival has a match. Well, what would happen if the Revival couldn't do? Well, we would have to do something. Oh, we'll be right back. Then Braun looks at Corbin. You better give me competition or else. So, there you go. Shawn Michaels will be around later tonight. Immediately after that, the Revival is having an interview, and then this happens. You know, two thoughts here. God, I feel sorry for the Revival. I really do. And what's to blame for... They debuted after WrestleMania. They weren't on TV for nearly 6 months due to injuries to each other, on house shows and otherwise. God, I feel sorry for them. They're a nice tag team to watch. This is not the venue for them. This is not the venue for them. I immediately spoil they're going to the Superstar Shakeup next year, next April. Okay, they should not be on this show. They are so out of place on this show. So they get tossed around. My second point during this, there is an app, or actually, ask Siri a question. Just go ahead right now. On your phone, ask Siri a question. The delivery that you get back is Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is horrible at scripts. He's horrible. He is horrible at scripted segments, scripted promos, scripted everything. Baron Corbin is horrible at scripted anything. He's fantastic in the ring. He's fantastic on his entrance. He's fantastic on being off script during a match. He's fantastic. Oh my God. Everyone who was complaining about Roman Reigns being horrible on the mic, holy shit. Where are you right now with Baron Corbin? Where are you? I gotta hear you. Where are you? Speak up. So, tag team title match is now going to be the B team versus Ziggler and McIntyre. Ziggler and McIntyre, do it. They are now the Raw Tag Team Champs. While granted you had the callback to Mr. Perfect, I'm really tired of callbacks. I really am. But then, yeah, enough of this crap. So Ziggler and McIntyre are your Raw Tag Team Champs. Trying to organize my thoughts here when it comes to the Raw Tag Team division, because we had a thorough discussion about this last week. So the Raw Tag Team division is in shambles. It really is. Reigns been bad on the mic so 2 years ago at least. Yeah, that's a 2-year-old story, Mikey. Yeah. Welcome to 2018. You're absolutely right. So you thought the Raw Tag Team division was bad now? Oh, you just wait. Oh, it's going to be on the back burner. It is on the back burner right now. You are not going to see a relevant Raw Tag Team title match for 3 months. You won't see a relevant tag team title match until Royal Rumble. Putting it out there. Yeah, I'll wager that. I'll wager the tequila on that one. A relevant tag team title match on Raw until Royal Rumble. What I mean by relevant, it is not pre-show. Am I fair in making that definition? A relevant Raw tag team match is not on the pre-show. Now, I want you to think about that, though. If that is the case, McIntyre and Ziggler are relegated to pre-show. Relegated to the pre-show. Now, think about this. So what do you do with them now that they are only going to have matches on the pre-show? Hell in a Cell, they'll have a pre-show match against the B team. They go over cleanly. They'll make a cameo appearance during the main event against Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. What happens with that, I'm not touching right now. Survivor Series. They'll be on the main show. December pay-per-view. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I'm just going to say they'll still be on the pre-show, and they could be going against any other random tag team, whether it be the Revival again. Who knows? But Royal Rumble is what I'm giving them. They could do an IC title, tag team title combined. No, that's very wishful thinking, Ashley, but no, that's not happening. They're not going to go TNA with this, okay? They are not going to do that. There will not be another relevant Raw tag team title match until Royal Rumble. Just putting it that way. Reason being, you've got to build other tag teams. We just saw Rude and Gable put together as a tag team. They could be on the pre-show for the December pay-per-view. Why not? And that's where you could do a run-in with Jason Jordan. What do you think will happen with the IC title? It could be in a similar boat. We'll get to that when they mention the Intercontinental title. Do you realize they didn't mention the Intercontinental title at all during this show? It was only because Seth Rollins was in the pokey. Will they mention it? Will they try to build from it? We don't know. Right now, the focus of the storyline is between the Shield and the Pack. And the Intercontinental title is somewhere around there. And now the tag team titles are with it. This is going to be a very overwhelming program that we're looking at. Good move to put the Raw tag titles on Ziggler and McIntyre. Sets up a natural feud for them versus the Shield for the fall. Maybe. We're not sure about that. Could it be for the fall? Absolutely. But the Intercontinental title has got to switch hands somehow. How are you going to do it? Jamel brought it up. Mikey, Rollins, and Ziggler could pull double duty on a pay-per-view. Sure. Absolutely. Survivor Series, they can absolutely do that. I'm totally with you on that one. They can absolutely pull double duty. We know Ziggler can. McIntyre, I got no problem with that. I want to have a very vibrant discussion about this. Okay. I'm really sorry that I'm going long on this Raw recap, but this is the part I really wanted to talk about the most. Because as many of you know, listening to me on the Wrestleview live shows and on this show in particular, I love me some AOP. I love AOP. Loved them in NXT. I was so sad that they were dialed back because they couldn't deliver promos, and now they're brought back and they're hanging around against Titus Worldwide for a month and a half. So I really got to talk about this. So they're walking backstage, and that's Drake Maverick in the AOP gear. Okay. So they come on out, and Drake Maverick gets on the mic in the ring and says that he is not only the GM of 205 Live, but he's also the manager of AOP, and that he is going to make them Raw Tag Team Champions. They proceed to have a squash match, which was absolutely fantastic to watch. I love AOP squash matches. I love them. God, they're so great to watch. Also, how was the Shield in the local courthouse? I'm not going to get into kayfabe stuff on the Twitter. David Otunga, the lawyer stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to touch the really horrible Twitter kayfabe stuff. Great move to give AOP a manager. It's not Paul Ellering, but Drake Maverick is a decent talker. It's way better than the alternative, which is AOP speaking for themselves. This was pretty awful when they tried it. So, all right. Let's take another swig from the sources, because my sources are way more reliable than anyone else's, especially on WrestleZone and Figure 4 Online and PW Torch and any others. All right. Let's start first off. I'm going to give my biggest complaint with this right now, and that's the booking. This match should have happened before the title change. I don't understand why this match happened after the title change. It makes no sense to me. You're trying to build this team up as a way better tag team now that they have a brains, albeit small creature with big brains alongside with them, and you're trying to build them as the tag team to watch out for. But we just saw new tag team champions. At no time was Ziggler and McIntyre's name mentioned during this match or at any other time. Only the titles were mentioned. I'm really questioning the booking and the card structure of the show, and this is the big one. You are trying to push AOP as now, oh God, they got brains. You better watch out for them. They're coming after the titles. That just changed hands to another team that is way bigger and way well known and has way more confirmation and relevance to them than the champions themselves. It is really difficult to make these comparisons and these judgments. I am not a fan of this booking decision. I am not a fan of the card structure of this show by any stretch. It did not accomplish what it was supposed to accomplish. That being said, smart person, very observant person talking. Now let's go to the main course, I guess, or what? I don't know. I just gave you steak. Now I'm going to give you. I gave you steak with horseradish. Now I'm going to give you just regular steak. So Drake Maverick is now the manager of AOP, but he's the general manager of 205 Live. What's going to happen here? Well, 205 Live is probably airing right now, or will be airing soon, so we're going to have the answers to that. I'm in no situation right now to book that when it's going to be happening in any minute. Okay. What does that mean? Drake Maverick's a heel? I guess. Was he ever really a face? If this means that AOP is going to show up on 205 Live and toss around people that don't agree with Drake Maverick, I might watch an episode of 205 Live. Can you blame me? Seriously, any of you, have you ever watched an episode of 205 Live? Would you admit that to a loved one? God, I can't wait. I can't wait for, someone to go against Drake Maverick's approval and he sicks the AOP after him. Are you kidding me? That is fantastic. Please, I need more AOP tossing around little people. It's fucking fantastic. Why haven't they booked them against 5 midgets? I'll never know. They are fantastic in squash matches. I love them, love them, love them. Does it build them up as tag champs? Absolutely not. It doesn't matter. It's entertaining. That's what matters. And it also builds the storylines with Drake Maverick being an evil general manager. He's got big, big bodyguards to make sure that his rule is known. So there you go. All right. Shawn Michaels is in the ring, and we also get a promo with him, a nice little monologue from him, and the Undertaker comes down because he picks Triple H to win. We get a lot of feels. We get a lot of stuff. Goosebumps? Yeah, goosebumps. I do want to play some of the GIFs here. I stayed retired out of respect for you. Is it respect or is it fear? I'm trying to organize my thoughts, and I apologize for the silence. This is a really awkward segment. I'm not saying that it's bad. By all means, no, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a good segment. But this is an awkward segment. For this show, for this crowd, for this product in general. This interview, this monologue, this segment, this production right here would have absolutely flown 8 years ago. Are those same people that would watch this segment, this monologue, this production for WrestleMania 28? This would be the Triple H Undertaker Hell in a Cell match. Are those people still around watching this product now? Because, I mean, that's the quality that this is. That is the magnificence of the promo. Much as I don't want to watch Taker anymore, the entrance still get, really felt like they should have been screaming, This segment, this program, this production, this monologue, this everything seems really out of place to me. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad by any stretch. I'm just saying it seems out of place for this show. because we're promoting an Australia show, but we're also promoting Hell in a Cell. We're also promoting Evolution. We are promoting way too much right now. And it's really, really difficult to know what is the really important thing. You cannot have 3 separate pay-per-views being promoted all conjointly, simultaneously, in equilibrium. You can't do that. It confuses the audience. Tremendously confuses the audience. Which one should I be watching? Well, they all don't happen at the same time, but which one should I be remembering the most? Which one should I be focusing on? I'll be honest right now, I don't know which one comes first. I know that Evolution and the all women's pay-per-view comes last because the post Evolution Raw is going to be over here in my place in Charlotte that I hope to attend. I really, really hope to attend. So it's confusing to the audience. It really, really is. Because we have 3 separate environments, 3 separate events going on, tons of different programs going on between all of these 3 different events. Is Australia the more important one? So be it, but this is the only match that's been talked about for that show. Hell in a Cell has got at least 3 or 4 matches booked for it already. Are you going to forget those just because of this? Triple H is going to be delivering a retort next week alongside Mick Foley. Great. Fantastic. Yeah, Hell in a Cell is not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So, what do you do? And how is you, and I know this is really difficult with the forum that I'm in right now, and you guys, thank you so much for joining the chat room, Mikey, Jim, Jamal, and Goose. But as a casual wrestling fan who doesn't go on the internet, doesn't really go on WWE.com or Wrestleview.com or any other dirtsheet.com, you are confused. You are really confused. What the hell am I paying attention to? I feel sorry for those fans. I really do. How do you organize yourself with this? Your brain's exploding right now. I was told to care about Evolution because Ronda Rousey was tossing around Alicia Fox. I was told to pay attention to a Hell in a Cell because Braun Strowman is tossing around the Shield. Now I got to pay attention to the Showdown because these old farts are in the ring? It's incredibly overwhelming for a casual wrestling fan to watch this show. It really, really is. For a hardcore fan, at least you have some kind of knowledge of what is actually going on, when the dates are. A casual fan who needs to be reminded frequently what's happening, oh God, you're gone. You are gone. You might check out because you might, succumb to a stroke. It was a great monologue. It was a great production. It was a great segment. But at this time, it's incredibly overwhelming. Unbelievably great segment, head and shoulders, that what they normally do on Raw, yes. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Dana Brooke and Ember Moon. Sasha Banks and Bayley win. Dana Brooks splits from Titus Worldwide, says that she's done. She's had it of listening to him. Wow, is Ember Moon a third wheel? Man, is Ember Moon a third wheel and a half. So when do you insert her into the tag team picture? Royal Rumble. She'll try to push herself up to face Ronda Rousey. Sources. Ember Moon is a heel. Who does she turn against? Take your pick. She could align herself. Just throwing it out there. It's really, really simple. Bobby Lashley is outside Baron Corbin's office. He's been given a sheet of paper. Charlie Caruso, hey, what's on that piece of paper? He is going to manage his anger in the center of the ring with Jinder Mahal. This was Bobby Lashley's greatest segment ever. Bobby Lashley has a new tagline. His tagline is, "My man!" Lashley is finally showing character. He's finally showing it. This segment with him and Jinder Mahal was fantastic. Okay? Absolutely fantastic. Just great stuff. Showing that he has some character. Showing he has some range. But before you can even say Shanti, oh, I thought you quit. Good way to get Kevin Owens back in the fold by stopping yet another brutal segment involving Bobby Lashley. No, I beg to differ. It was not brutal. It was funny. No. Has anyone had a more terrible comeback than Bobby Lashley has? Revival. So many expectations aside from 1 month of good build. It's been a total bust. No. Not now. Not now. Not with this. Okay, not with this. I don't need to explain why Kevin Owens is going after Bobby Lashley. It should, if you've been watching Raw and paying attention to it and know who's hurt, by whom, this should become apparent. No. This will finally get Bobby Lashley into the foray. Okay? I got no problem with this at all. This was actually, again, I think one of Bobby Lashley's best segments. Jinder Mahal as a comedic heel is fantastic. I love it. Shanti. I love it. I love how he's embraced it. Oh, but he's a former world champion. He's supposed to be taken seriously. Shanti. Chill out. All right. Main event, Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman with Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre in tow. Braun Strowman just power slams the fucker. Yeah, that's what happens. Everyone comes out to brawl. The Shield comes back out in the paddy wagon. They try to do a schmoz, but the heel wrestlers come out from the back to take out the Shield. Let's watch Seth Rollins take out the fan. Ow. He took his elbow right into the window of that van and was bleeding pretty bad. So I'm not surprised we have not gotten any pictures of that, but here we are. Here we are with Monday Night Raw, and the Shield has come back from All-In Weekend. How bad has Lashley been used if that was one of the best segments? It's not as much about how bad was Lashley used. It's more about how Lashley has delivered himself. You got to understand that sometimes when performers are put in situations and writing situations, it's not because it's a direct reflection of what they've done. It's not a reflection of what they have accomplished. We are putting you in this scenario. It is you to make it work. Okay? See Triple H versus Henry O. Godwin in a pigpen match, hogpen match. Can you imagine the Triple H Godwin hogpen match in the realm of the internet? And how everyone would be trouncing everyone involved, and how this was just such a destruction and lowering of what they have accomplished? And I say that because Godwin went through the ranks within their territorial system and with Triple H being in WCW and building himself up as a character from there. I bring up that example when it comes to Lashley. Segments and interviews and everything are only bad in how you deliver them and how you can make them good. This is about pushing you as a performer and making you hot shit. Was the Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley stuff brutal? Yeah, it kind of was. It really kind of was. But it was Lashley's responsibility during the matches and during the segments to make it more viable. Lashley reigns. It's up to Lashley to make that more viable within the match and in the segments. You have to commit yourself, regardless of how horrible it is. Triple H in a hog pen. Big boss man Al Snow in a dog kennel. You have to commit yourself, regardless of how horrible it is. You have to commit yourself. There are a lot of things that many performers have been put into from writers that are god-awful, but they have to sell it to make it viable. Lashley with Shanti and Jinder Mahal, and also with the fact that Baron Corbin is acting general manager, he's having a ball with this now. He's having fun with it. I'm buying him on it. In the past, not so much. You could tell he was reading from a script. You can tell how awkward it was. Lashley tries, but he doesn't connect. Comes off as trying too hard. Yes, the segment that felt that way to me just doesn't have that natural personality or like to say that. Yes, absolutely, Mikey. You got me. You got me. Good. We're on the same page on this one, okay? He's just not connecting. He just wasn't connecting. He connected with me with the Shanti segment. He connects with me when it comes to the comedic segments. And I guess I'm more prone to comedy than anything else, you know. It'll be very interesting with him and Owens building up the background in that Sami Zayn is hurt because of you. This is going to be interesting. Can Lashley build from this? This is his last chance. This is his absolute last chance. Or else you're Apollo. Sorry you're late. Was getting these hands. No problem, Big Stoop. I totally understand. I totally understand. I had to book it from work to make it to the show because I took the weekend off for All-In Weekend that I had to miss work. So I'm working a lot of consecutive days, and I had to leave early from work so I could do the show. I really appreciate you guys coming on in and being a part of the show. That's what makes this show the best is discussion from you guys, okay? It's not just me, discussion and input from you guys. So thank you so much for stopping by, Big Stu. On to the Blue Show. Take the sources. This review brought to you by Roy Nemmer because, Canada. So Renee Young introduces Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan. They talk shit about The Miz. They show footage of The Miz and Maurice inside an empty arena. They're calling out Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. They aren't there, so they end up splitting. And Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella are still talking smack. And then out comes Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas to have another match where the women will be at ringside. It was a good promo, except, yeah, Brie. I'm already tired of the Bellas. Are you guys already tired of the Bellas? I am so tired of these creatures. There are more interesting creatures with vaginas than the Brie Bellas and the Nikki Bellas. They're way so much more interesting creatures. Sorry, John Cena is no longer in the main picture when it comes to performing in the WWE. I don't know how Total Bellas can be seen as relevant right now. When it comes to Total Divas, they got way more women now than they ever have that are way more interesting and charismatic than the Bellas. I really don't care anymore. I really don't. I'm just going to keep it at that. Daniel Bryan versus Cien Almas. This was not as good as their first match, but Daniel Bryan wins. There was a very fun opener between Almas's. Who cares? You saw this match last week. Backstage, Brian and Bree are interrupted, and Brian says that they're going to get some dinner because Miz and Maurice are out having dinner at an Italian restaurant in Detroit. They decide to go out and grab a bite to eat, so they end up leaving. Absolutely how they've had a TV show for 10 years is maddening. Yeah. Plus, Miz and Mrs. is more fun. Yes, Miz and Mrs. is absolutely fun to watch. I love watching that show. Miz makes that whole show, man, is he so camera savvy. He loves performing. So Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch are doing one of those split screen interview segments. We're just going to leave it at that. It is a nice little segment. Yeah, but it just seems so cliche. Yeah, Jamel, they seem actually happy. Yeah, they do not seem plastic. They seem actually real. Yeah. Naomi versus Peyton Royce with Billie Kay in tow. Iconics make fun of Naomi. Naomi finally gets over on the Peyton Royce. Billie Kay starts joining in and beating him up, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, Asuka shows up. She's off the milk carton. Asuka's off the milk carton. She's going to team up with Naomi to face the Iconics later on, probably next week. There you go. Jeff Hardy video package opens up hyping the Hell in a Cell match between him and Randy Orton. Randy Orton is going to have a similar video package as well. The Jeff Hardy video package showed a lot of him doing the insane, crazy stuff that he did 15 to 20 years ago. Jeff Hardy is older than me, or just as old as me. I think he's 41, 42 years old. I don't want to see him doing this shit, but apparently that's what he's touting. So there you go. Even though he didn't want to do it again, that's what he's touting. There you go. Paige is backstage. Miz and Maurice shows up, and they're like, hey, here we are. Yeah, the food was awful. So they decide they're here to have a match, and Miz has a match again tonight against someone who wants to go against him. Hell in a Cell, we're going to see Jeff Hardy die, possibly. No, he's not going to die. He's going to take plenty of painkillers and opioids. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He may not walk afterwards, but he'll be fine. Just as long as he doesn't drive from the arena, he'll be fine. R-Truth is backstage. Sees a blonde and yells out Carmella, but it's actually Maurice. Starts talking junk about Carmella, but it's actually Maurice. The Miz comes in, and Maurice turns around and says that she can't believe he would mistake her for that Staten Island trash. Miz comes in, tells R-Truth never to talk to his wife again. God, it's absolutely... The Miz is... R-Truth is just so much fun. I don't care. I just don't care. R-Truth looks at Maurice and tells The Miz he doesn't know what Carmella sees in him. Samoa Joe comes out to the ring and says his "Oh Wendy" bit. All right, Samoa Joe, it's getting old. The "Oh Wendy, oh AJ" stuff, it's immediately getting old. I know you're wanting to get another tweet out of Wendy's, the restaurant chain, but it's getting old. It's old real quick. That's not why I liked you on the first segment. Reason I liked you on the first segment is because you said night night, and you said that in your segment, and that's really good. Samoa Joe is in the ring. He talks smack to AJ. AJ bum rushes the ring. Yeah, there you go. Sources. R-Truth is with Ty Dillinger backstage. R-Truth tells Ty that Carmella is definitely somewhere, and Ty points to Carmella herself. R-Truth approaches her and asks her if she has seen Carmella. Tells him that she is Carmella. Leave her alone. R-Truth asks her if she wants to accompany him to the ring tonight against The Miz, who will have the other Carmella in his corner. Ty says that's Maurice, and R-Truth says, no, Maurice is his cousin. R-Truth tells Carmella that Maurice called her Staten Island trash. Carmella gets angry, says that if Maurice wasn't married to The Miz, she'd be bagging groceries in Montreal. Now, God, I loved this segment. I so loved this segment. And it's from this line. Ty asks R-Truth what he's doing, and Truth says, I'm teaching you a lesson. And he asks what that is, and R-Truth tells him the lesson of how to get into the main event of Smackdown Live. This entire segment and everything that's been happening with R-Truth involving Carmella and up to this point now comes full circle. You realize how incredibly smart R-Truth is. Fantastic delivery. Fantastic writing. Fantastic everything. Is it from the writer's perspective? Oh, who knows? Is it from R-Truth? Absolutely, because R-Truth rolled with it. This is the difference between when you have a performer who is given lines and given a scenario, who embraces it, rolls with it, and sells it. R-Truth is 1,000 times the performer that Lashley is. Lashley's finally learning it. But my lord, R-Truth, fantastic. And I know here I am being roped in, and I could kind of mark out and get worked by it and everything. Oh, wrestling terminology, I'm an insider. From a casual fan watching it, that's how they react. That's it. And I think that's honestly what's missing around this internet world that we're in, is a casual fan's perspective. And I hope I'm giving you that. That's what I am. Okay? I'm privy to insider stuff, but this is casual fan perspective. R-Truth is 1,000 times the performer that Lashley is. Lashley could be better. He can get better. No idea what they're trying to do with R-Truth the past few weeks, but I'm enjoying it. Some funny segments with involving him, The Miz, and Carmella. I have a feeling he gets the win tonight with a little help from Daniel Bryan. That was from the Nemmer. Come on. They're just making him a comedic figure. It's not like they're pushing him for a title or anything. Speaking of titles, triple threat tag team match. The Usos versus Sanity versus Aiden English and Rusev. Rusev Day win this. Very fun. The tag team division makes Smackdown. Absolutely check it out. Absolutely check it out. Finally, main event. The Miz with Maurice in tow against R-Truth with Carmella in tow. Spoilers right there. Leading to spoilers. Just let you know. It's coming up in the news. This was a really fun match between these two. So much chemistry between these two over the years. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella come out to do a run-in. Miz is distracted. R-Truth gets the roll-up and the win. There you go. Fun match. Really, really fun match. What did I think of SmackDown? I kind of liked it. What did everyone else think? 85% thumbs up on SmackDown. Whoa, damn. What did everyone think of Raw? 62%. People have more fun on Tuesdays. We'll just put it that way. People are angry on Mondays because it's Monday. Can you blame them? I sure as hell can't. So, that was the Red and Blue show. My God, I'm so sorry for taking so long, but also really appreciate all the input from you guys. Jamel, Goose, Big Stoop, Mikey in the chat room. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, by the way, Fire Road Dog. SmackDown is a horrible fucking show. God. Time for the news. Time for the news so we can get into talking about the milk carton and talking about Mexican people. Dead soldier. Don't worry. Got another one. I prepare. Man, my integrity shot is hitting me hard. So the widow of the late Owen Hart received a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame plaque. This is back on the 30th. This is from the Dan Gable Museum of Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in Iowa. They posted this picture. Martha Hart holding it. It is safe to say Owen Hart will never be in the WWE Hall of Fame as long as Martha Hart is still in the mindset that she is. Owen Hart will never be in the WWE Hall of Fame until she finally just comes to grips with stuff. Until she decides she's had enough of this wrestling crap, and that's never going to happen because that's what's giving her money. I know these are brash words that I'm giving, but it's the truth. Owen Hart will never be anywhere affiliated with the WWE as long as she's around. I don't know. Is something going to give? Probably not. Probably never. We'll never know. Time heals all wounds? Maybe? This wound is nearly 20 years deep. I don't know if that'll ever happen. So, the top 10 wrestlers for the Pro Wrestling Illustrated 500 were revealed this past week. The speech that Henry gave at the Hall of Fame was sad, but great. The shame it's yeah, it is. Here's something I got to let you guys in on when it comes to my past and how I watched wrestling. There was a point in time when I started college in 97, 98, and this was during the popularity of ECW, during the Monday Night Wars between WWF and WCW. It may be up to the children to approve. Owen, that's right. That's right, Jamel. During the years of 97 and 98, the late 90s, where the Monday Night Wars were at their peak, ECW was making their way through, cable sports stations here and there. I became a Cheeto muncher. I did. And the source of my Cheeto munching was Pro Wrestling Illustrated in their top 500 list because I'm a numbers junkie. If anyone who's ever listened to my original podcast of Reality from Ringside Radio and read my original columns of Wrestleview.com, I am a numbers junkie. I'm pseudo-autistic, okay? I lived and died by the PWI 500. Not just because of how they ranked wrestlers and who was better than who and all of that. It was seeing names that I had never seen before. Like Mitsuharu Misawa, like Kenta Kobashi. It was names like those that I saw in there. I was like, who are these people? I always thought that, in the 90s, the mid-90s, late 90s, I lived by the PWI 500 to inform me about what else was out there. Not for it to be a substitute to what was out there, but just to augment from it. That's also going to be in my discussion about All In. So the top 10 performers of the PWI 500 have been released. Number 10, The Miz. Number 9, Tetsuya Naito. I haven't really seen a lot of Naito matches. Don't think I have. I should. I guess I should. I remember 2016 when folks threw a fit when Romans was number 1. I believe it was 97 or 98 when Dean Malenko was number 1. I won't forget that. And I actually agreed with that. That's how big of a Cheeto muncher I was. Tetsuya Naito, number 9. 8, Cody. Number 7, Roman Reigns. Number 6, Braun Strowman. 5, Seth Rollins. 4, Bork Laser. Number 3, Kazuchika Okada. Number 2, AJ Styles. And number 1 is Kenny Omega. Do I have qualms with the list? Oh, absolutely not. I could give two shits about the list. I don't care. Those days have long passed me. Now I have my own discerning eye. But I rely on the PWI 500 list to give me names of people I don't know that I want to be educated on. That's why we're watching a match with Bandido in San Juan. I want stuff to augment what I'm watching. Okay, not to substitute it. And I think that's a viewpoint that's really missed with pro wrestling fans. Tony Storm um, is injured. Apparently, this happened over the weekend, last weekend. WXW promotion out of Germany announced that Tony Storm, who was their women's champ, has been pulled from their events that weekend due to injury, and she had to relegate her title. She suffered last weekend this injury at the tournament to crown the first NXT UK Women's Champ against Rhea Ripley. They stripped her of the title. She will not be on the injury list just because she is not WWE main roster, but she's also not NXT main roster. I'm trying to come up with definitions when it comes to rosters and injury lists and stuff right now. You should be able to watch the Naito Jericho match from a couple months ago. Yeah, I might. That sounds interesting. Jericho Naito? That doesn't sound bad at all. Think about that. The brackets have been released for the Mae Young Classic, which has already been spoiled and wrestled upon. We already know what the finals are going to be, but I'm not going to say what those are because I really want to check out this tournament. I really want to check out the tournament. I want to see all the performers involved. The one that I am particularly interested in is Meiko Satomura, just because she performed in Kana's or Asuka's retirement match out of Japan. That fantastic match that we watched that had the ambient lighting and the music in the background. I am really interested in Meiko Satomura. Even from just the promos of the tournament itself, and now she's seen as extending her arms out with this elegant robe. I'm really fascinated by her as a performer and what they could do. I'm not sure. But the whole bracket, I am definitely going to check this year's Mae Young tournament out just because I want to learn more. I'm open-minded. What can you say? If Torres had a baby. There's the baby. That's all I got to say about that. Velveteen Dream is going to be competing in some Evolve events in New York and Maryland this September. Dream, who has most recently defeated EC3 at NXT TakeOver, he's been praised by many WWE stars, including John Cena. The article out of WWE.com states the Dream's Evolve excursion kicks off Friday, September 7th, when he faces Austin Theory at Evolve 112 at the MCW Arena at Joppa Marketplace in Joppa, Maryland. A former WWN champion, Theory represents Evolve at this year's WrestleMania Access and attended a WWE tryout at the Performance Center in February. Do you all realize how major this article is by WWE.com? I mean, do you see the importance of this? They have actively mentioned on WWE.com 2 separate independent wrestling organizations stating the arena that they're performing in, the location that they're in, the date that they're in, the name of the event that it's in. It's kind of amazing. It is really amazing. Remember last year where there were pictures of Triple H shaking hands with promoters and organizers of Evolve and organizing with Progress. This is the end result. To get people like me who are long-term casual wrestling fans, but also knowledgeable about everything that's happening around them. Wow. Think about that. If you lived in the Baltimore area, Maryland, or in the, around Washington, D.C., and you're a Velveteen Dream fan, and you see this pop up, wow. This is going to keep happening with the WWE, where they promote other promotions and other events. This directly goes against any mind frame and mindset that independent wrestling fans think that the WWE is against them. You just need to show them this article. That's all you need to do. Show them this article. I am tired of independent wrestling fans and independent wrestling organizations lambasting and firing shots at the WWE when the WWE helps them. Helps them make money. Don't you want independent wrestling to succeed? Accept help from Big Brother. Accept it. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Gabe, he works for the NXT creative team. He used to work for ROH. That is correct. But he was let go. It's just a simple fact. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. I don't want to get too big. Glenn Jacobs, a.k.a. Kane, was sworn in as mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. That is not a county. That is a town. Knox County, the town, Tennessee, on Friday, and posted his first day in office. So there you go. Thought I'd put that out there. Kevin Owens says that he wants to face someone particular at WrestleMania 35 at MetLife Stadium, and that one should be Finn Balor. Yeah, why not? Why not Finn Balor? But Doug, that would not fit with the narrative that WWE is the influential empire. I know. I know. It's the only way they can sell tickets to 20-something black t-shirt wearing cadaverous white-skinned people rather than rely upon people of tan skin. WWE applied for a new trademark over Labor Day weekend. And that was for a trademark called the Workhorse Open Challenge. Seth Rollins and his Intercontinental title on Monday Night Raw. But that's not the reason this page on my tabs is brought up. It is because of the greatest podcast ever released by a professional wrestler ever. Ever. Period. I am going to eat my microphone talking about this because he's talking about something that I love so much. Aiden English has launched a YouTube show called Wrestling with Whiskey. It focuses on whiskey and bourbon. Just started this weekend. I love being a professional wrestling fan, and especially being a professional wrestling fan of professional wrestlers that share similar interests with me. I love the sauce that only needs rocks. I know you probably won't, but I will. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this. Will we get a recap every week of Wrestling with Whiskey? No, it's just going to be for me. So yeah, I can't. God, I was so happy that he released this. CM Punk giving his comments during an autograph signing in Chicago on Friday as part of All In Weekend. That was nowhere near the All In site or the Starcast site. He was over at Pro Wrestling Tees store in Chicago. It was about a half hour away, I believe. Yeah, he had some great times and great people. He didn't want to be anywhere near Starcast and All In, and I don't blame him. The crap that's going on between him and Colt Cabana is stupid and petty, but also, yeah, he just doesn't want to be around it. But he wanted to try to make money, so got to try to lampoon from it. Yeah, grumpy as all hell, you're right. So, WWE was touring in China this weekend, during the week. And John Cena unveiled a move. I don't know if I really want to play it because I think the audio is going to be really loud. So I'm going to try to turn down the volume on this one. Okay. So. This is called the Thunder Fist. Oh boy. Big Stoop, best tweet I saw was find somebody who looks at you the opposite way Punk looks at wrestling fans. Yeah, it's very true. Very true. Sixth move of Doom? Yeah, no, but he's just touring in China. Having some funs. Naomi wants an opponent for the Evolution pay-per-view, and she wants it to be Melina. Because they both do the splits? I guess. I don't know. Fine. Well, let's get to some very serious news from the police blotter. Former WWE star and Ring of Honor producer Joey Mercury was arrested over the weekend in Chicago. Joey Mercury was taking part in the All-In event, helping produce it on Saturday night. He was found by police sleeping in his car on Saturday morning outside of the Marriott Schaumburg, and after running his info, they found that he had an outstanding warrant for his arrest in Orange County, Florida. He's currently held on $2,500 bail ahead of a court date scheduled for Tuesday that may lead to Mercury being extradited to Florida to face those charges. There's been no info about what those charges are that are for him, waiting for him in Orange County. Can I make my guesses? No, I'm not going to make any guesses, but DUI could be my guess. That's just a guess. I'm not going to bank on it or anything, but usually professional wrestlers get DUIs. And they are traveling so much that they just don't care and they let it slip by and don't even think about it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking it's going to be. But we'll see. Hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. Maybe it's a parking ticket. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Former CZW and Big Japan star Nate Hatred passed away in a car accident over the weekend. I'm going to leave it to you guys. I don't know what a Nate Hatred is, though his real name is Nate Kenner. Is he someone that I should check out? I'm not sure. It's sad that I'm mentioning that. It's sad that I'm putting it that way. Maybe he was listening to Aiden English's new podcast. He could have been Big Stoop. He could have been. Big Cass says over his he was a host for Booker T's Heated Conversations radio show. And he basically came clean and said that, yeah, I would have fired myself. I would not have kept me hired. He says, quote, "Look, I'll just be honest with you. In my opinion, they made the right decision for them. It was the right decision to get rid of me at that point in time. Not saying I won't be back, but at that point in time, they definitely made the right decision for them. And to be honest with you, looking at it, they made the right decision for me. I definitely would have fired myself. If I was in Vince McMahon's position, I would have fired myself for sure, 100%. Hatred was known in the early 2000s, mostly a deathmatch guy. Okay, that's fine. I don't care about deathmatch people. So, Big Cass coming clean that he was a big fat jerk. About what? And it's amazing how much, reflection you can have when you don't have the paycheck. Another match is official for the WWE Evolution pay-per-view, and that is between these two vaginas, Lita and Mickie James. I'm sad. I thought it was going to be, Mickie James and Trish Stratus instead. That would have been much better, in my opinion. Alexa Bliss versus Lita, I thought would have been a lot better. But yeah, I only say Mickey James, Trish Stratus just as much as we're touting Triple H Undertaker for the Super Showdown in Australia, wouldn't it be good to tout Mickey James, Trish Stratus for the Evolution pay-per-view? Just putting it out there, you know, since we're all about women and equality and equal promoting. That's all. Off-air notes from the Raw in Columbus that was earlier this week, and I thought I'd bring this up. Yes, Tyler Breeze, Mojo Rawley, Mike Canales, and Zack Ryder do still have jobs, but they're just doing dark matches. Finally, kind of cool that Lita's facing Mickey. I don't know. No, Mickey and Trish has a lot more oomph behind it than, Lita and Mickey. I'd rather have Mickey and Trish, to tell you the truth. The Mixed Match Challenge is back. Season 2, it's going to be 14 episodes, half an hour each. Round robin elimination tournament, 2 matches in each show, an interactive pre-show beginning at 9:50 Eastern, in addition to the Season 2 finale that's going to take place during the TLC pay-per-view event on Sunday, December 16th. Wow, are they pushing this sucker? They tried pushing it for the Emmy and it didn't grab, so let's just go even more bonkers. They're going to have 10 different teams. I've already seen the teams. I couldn't recite them off the top of my head. But, wow. Now they're going to make it a round robin. They're going to make it span 14 episodes, a half-hour show on each. It's going to be on Facebook Live, and it's all going to culminate on a pay-per-view. Wow. This is interesting. Your favorite is R-Truth Carmella. Yeah, well, they just put them together, so yeah, I can absolutely see that. No-brainer. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. So, oh my gods, that was a lot of news. But what was not in the news was any kind of injury recap. So here are your injuries going on so far. Jason Jordan is out with a neck injury. Don't know when he's going to be back. Samir Singh, torn ACL. He is getting a lot better. He should be returning very soon. Tamina with a torn rotator cuff, and Bobby Fish with torn ACL and MCL should be back very soon. Very, very soon. Sami Zayn, both rotator cuffs gone. He's not due back for WrestleMania. Fandango, torn labrum. He's out until the Royal Rumble. Goldust had cleanup surgery on both of his knees. We don't know when he's going to be back. Sin Cara, cleanup surgery on one of his knees. Not sure when he's going to be back. And finally, Rowan, torn bicep. He's out sometime in between Royal Rumble and Fastlane. So those are your people that are injured. But what about the people who are not injured? What about the people who aren't injured, who are completely healthy, that just haven't been on TV? That's right, Big Stoop. It's now time for WWE's most watched segment outside of their own television. This is the segment that they pay attention to, I think. It's the WWE Milk Carton. These are the performers who have been out for at least 3 weeks. They have not been on mainstream television or pay-per-views. They are not injured. Where the hell are they? I do not count schmazzes. I don't count riots. I don't count any of those things. They have to be a focal point somewhere. Okay? So, here we go. There are new people to the Milk Carton. Well, not necessarily new. It's a return for Mojo Rawley. So how'd that program with Bobby Roode turn out, huh? Yeah. Not so good. Over under, what do you think? Do you think he's still going to be around with them? I have no faith in him. 3 weeks in a row, people have come back. Can we go for a fourth? No, we can't do that. No. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for the guy. He's horrible. He's absolutely horrible. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. because there's Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze, man. You were having some really good squash singles matches. I mean, last time we saw him was on the 13th when he was getting squashed by Baron Corbin. We haven't seen Mojo Rawley since a six-man tag involving him and AOP versus Titus Worldwide and Bobby Roode. So, Mojo appears in some type of match on Raw next week. Yeah, just to spite us. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Tyler Breeze, it's good that he's, had some singles matches and everything. I mean, this is really not a knock on Tyler Breeze at all. It really isn't. Yeah, he's got a place to be squashed. That's all. This is a return appearance for Shelton Benjamin. Last time we saw him, I'm bringing up the stuff right now. Last time we saw him was on August the 14th in a match against Jeff Hardy, which everyone says was a good match, just like the last match that he had was against Daniel Bryan. So, why isn't he a mainstay? Why isn't he stuck around? It's got to be for something else. It's got to be for reasons that we don't know. And I sure haven't seen his name a lot on main event tapings. Who is going to go first, Shelton Benjamin or Mojo Rawley? Nah, I got my money on Shelton. We'll give him best of luck real soon. This is a return appearance for Mandy Rose. Last time that she was seen is when she was teaming with Sonya Deville to go against Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch prior to SummerSlam in order to build, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. And also, we haven't seen Sonya Deville since then either. They are the Riot Squad of SmackDown. I kind of feel sorry for them because Mandy Rose's entrance is fantastic. Sonya Deville has a great look. What do you do with them? They are lost in the shuffle. Really, really lost in the shuffle. This poor guy, Mike Kanellis, the next people we're going to be seeing we haven't seen since July the 30th in a locker room segment involving Bobby Roode and Mojo Rawley. This poor guy, man, I would just like to see him on a squash match of some kind. Get him on Raw. Get him off the milk carton somehow. Get Heath Slater and Rhino. I know all three of these guys were part of the schmoz, okay? I don't want them to be up for a title shot of any kind, just give him some airtime of some kind. Even Zack Ryder, give him some airtime. All four of these guys have not been seen since that locker room segment. Just give them something, just have them get squashed. There's nothing wrong with that at all. We haven't seen Nia Jax since Extreme Rules on July 15th. I'm sure there are many professional wrestling sites and news sites that are trying to give you the inside scoop on what the heck is happening. I'm not believing anything. Yeah. Bennett, Rawley, Rude, Cable on Raw Monday. Book it. Yeah, sure. What's going on with Nia Jax? They're just keeping her off television and keeping her until, they want her to make a return. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Allergies are kicking in for some reason. So let's just say that, Rousey retains and out comes Nia Jax on post Hell in a Cell pay-per-view Raw. Just putting it out there. Thank you, Big Stoop. Are you not as worried as I am? Aren't you concerned? It's no longer distress or anger. This is now turned into despair. For the love of God, find this man. The last time we saw him was on July 16th where all he was doing was leading a conga line backstage, interrupting the entrance of the Riot Squad. The man has people following him. It's been nearly 2 months. We haven't seen this creature, nor the people that are following him. For the sake of at least 20 to 30 family members who are worried about where their loved ones could be, someone find No Way Jose. Find him. He is leading a conga line somewhere, anywhere. I don't know where it is, but for the love of God, someone find him. Find these people. Reunite them with those they love. Can you imagine? Look, it's been 2 months, okay? Children have started school. How do they feel when they walk onto the school bus for the first time into first grade or kindergarten and their mother or father is not there to lead them onto a school bus to take them away from home for 8 hours out of a day, all because their mother or father is attached to a conga line led by this guy? Help them. Help them. For the love of God, think of the children. That's all we need to think of. Just think of the children. They are without parents because they're attached to a conga line led by this man who we have not seen in 2 months. I just don't imagine how traumatized these children are. Can you imagine these children when they're of age and they see a young man walking down the street with an afro as large as No Way Jose's? How do you think they'll react? We are risking towns in America from bloodbaths because of this man. Find him. Find the men and women following him. Help them back to their homes and for everything that is good and holy in this world. Put him in a match against someone so that he can get squashed and I can take him off this list and have this segment over with. Okay, that's the WWE Milk Carton. For the love of God, was there anyone else? No, there wasn't anyone else. Okay. Wow. Oh, man. Yes, send that man to jail. No Way Jose deserves to be in jail. All right. You know, enough distress, enough worry. It's now time to talk about the past weekend. I'll try to make all of this as quickly as I can, guys. It's just there's just been a lot on my mind following this weekend. So Goldust congratulated Cody on his show. So as the world retweeted this picture, so happy about this night for Cody. Dream achieved. There you go. Yeah, everyone thought it was emotional. I was kind of, I'm not big on that stuff. Christopher Daniels thanked Stephen Amell for the match. Bully Ray also compared this entire show to ECW's One Night Stand, which could be a fair assessment if ECW One Night Stand did not have a super conference with other performers in its tow and in its wake. So, yeah. Christopher Daniels spoke of Stephen Amell, saying, as he filmed his hit television show for 12 to 16 hours at a time, with literally hundreds of cast and crew depending on him for their livelihood, Amell took every spare moment he had to train, study tape, and prepare to wrestle me tonight. And it was a good match. I mean, for him, it's only his second ever match, and the study and everything he did, it was a great match. Did it go over? Sure, who cares? News and notes brought to you by Adam Martin, who is sitting 2 seats from me because his wife, Molly, was in between us two. I apologize, Molly. I hope I wasn't too creepy. He said when All In went off the air, the Young Bucks addressed the crowd and joked about how they almost didn't get the finish before the pay-per-view was set to close. Omega, Pentagon Jr., and Kazuchika Skrull matches went longer than they originally planned. Attending the show live, it was painfully obvious how rushed the entrances were. Yes, the main event was absolutely rushed. All In was described as the most successful IPPV event on Fight ever. Fans who bought merchandise had Ring of Honor come up in their official charges. Ring of Honor's production team was used for the event, indicating the company played a much bigger role than some might have been expecting. Interesting. That tag match on SummerSlam with him and Cody was fantastic. Oh, yeah. Amel's SummerSlam match 4 years ago was fantastic. Official attendance for All In was 11,263. What's next for them? 11,264? Maybe? I don't know. But now to some opinion from the show. When it comes to me in pro wrestling, nothing captivates me more to be interested in a performer than their entrance. Than the music, their entrance. It grabs my attention. There were 2 entrances that really got my attention. One from someone whose matches I've seen on this stream before, but one from a female performer that I'd never heard of. Never heard of. But the video, the music, what she was wearing completely grabbed me. I'm talking about Britt Baker, or known as Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, where she is actually a licensed dentist. Her video, her music, just gold. I want to show you this video that shows her entrance for the Fatal 4-Way that they had involving her, Madison Rayne, Tessa Blanchard, and Green. Yes. The other one. The wacky one. The hot mess. That's her name. This grabbed my attention because I really had no idea what I was watching until it hit me. Yeah, Adam Cole's wife and girl. I want to do this again. I want to do it from the beginning again. Check out that skull. Heel. Teeth flying. I just think that's fantastic. The video of X-ray of a skull getting hit by a heel and teeth flying everywhere. The music is just simple and, blast beat bass. She's wearing a medical coat with on the back the circling serpent's medical symbol with a skull in the middle. It is an absolutely fabulous look. Fabulous character introduction. I just think it's great. And this is the first time I've ever seen her. I don't care what she does in the ring. She's roped me in. That is a great look. Great everything. The second entrance is from the one that I think has the most potential of being signed by the WWE, and is an entrance that I've really looked forward to taking a part in, and that's Marty Scurll. But I want to play from Marty Scurll's entrance. You're going to see some. You're going to see some dialogue. I hear some dialogue. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but I kind of want you to listen to the audio and the crowd going in time with the music. And I've only heard the music 2 or 3 times. I thought it was incredibly captivating. So here, Marty Scurll's entrance from All In.
If you wrestle like that against Okada when he beats you, I'm sure you'll have earned his respect.
Just a great introduction to what the match is about. But this is what I wanted to see. I love the look on his face on that video. I just love that music too. Without the whoop whoops, I just love it. Wagging where Daniel was in there. Okay, I can believe that. But it really was this entrance made the match. If you don't know anything about Scurll or Okada, if you didn't watch any of the, all of the videos that All In made about their matches, that described what the match was going to be about. Scurll is not a heavyweight, can't hang, should do this, shouldn't do that, and he's going to get the heavyweight in Okada. I thought it was just an absolutely fabulous video to usher in Scurll. And also, I fucking love his music. I love that music. If he is ever coming to the WWE, the music has to be as close to that as possible. You can't have him come in with anything else. Okay? The whoop whoops, that's a big thing. But the music itself has got to be as close to him. Okay? It makes the character, it makes everything. So, All In weekend. I'm amongst everyone who knows way more about independent wrestling than I will ever know. And I look to be educated. And I felt invited into. I felt welcomed. I was welcomed in with open arms, embracing this addition to my way of viewing wrestling. And I really felt like I was part of something. I mean, yeah, you saw the Twitter picture of me looking like the confetti falling down, but honestly, I felt like I was really part of something. I was witnessing history. And so we have everyone coming into the ring this is post pay-per-view. And I'm sure most of you have already seen this. But I thought it would be fair to give my 2 cents on what I thought about this. So I want you to imagine. So I am sitting hard camera side, and I've got a grand view of everyone that's in the ring and all of this that's going to be happening. What would happen if Party Marty Skrull won TNA? Who knows? Who knows, Ashley? But so these are the post All In event comments. And I will pause it when I get to the line that I'll be thinking of, but it's mainly going to come from Cody Rhodes. Cody Reynolds. Cody. The blonde-haired guy. So here you go.
We had to hurry up and beat them really fast. But guess what? We finished this pay-per-view with 3 seconds to go.
And I've got nothing against the Young Bucks. You know, nothing against them.
It's very slippery. All those Okada Bucks. I was very afraid of doing that dive off the stage. It was terrifying. You know, guys, about a year ago, or maybe even longer, this man came into our lives. Man, that guy's as crazy and as ambitious as us, Nick. So I said, hey, let's take this guy, let's ride with him, let's dine with him, let's hang out with him.
Had to pause it, guys. I saw you kind of logged off on me. Is everyone still there? Hello, everyone. You still there? Don't know what the hell happened there. Thought I had that server already checked out and everything. Everyone still with me? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and play this one more time.
Hangman never paid for a single meal, by the way. Hangman's like 21 years old. He's too young to pay for meals.
Same here.
But Cody came to us with this wild idea. He said, Young Bucks, Bullet Club, I think that we could put 10,000 asses in this ring.
Okay, I gotta fast forward. It's getting stupid. I need to get it where Cody has it.
Is the serendipitous tale of things just falling in line one after another, and one of those things.
I really felt
not
like
only
something
did I
until he
find
got on the
colleagues right here, not only did I find peers, these people are my best friends in the entire world. And that big question of what happens next with this group, we are sticking together. Because nobody, no man, no company, no entity owns pro wrestling. We own pro wrestling.
And this is where it begins.
There are fans like to be told we can't fly you, you're from California. You're not good enough for WWE. Every single thing. The reality is this.
And it was at that moment that he lost me. It was at that moment that I was brought back to reality, and I noticed all the cum on the floor. It was at that moment I really, really thought that this whole show, this whole weekend, could go without them mentioning those 3 letters. It wasn't about those 3 letters. It was about them achieving something that others thought they couldn't achieve. You can place it in any other context you want, but the main reason this happened was because they took a challenge. And of course it was to make money. Oh, by God, everything's done to make money. You did something incredibly special. You did. This it's historic. You've done it. However, I know, I mean, look at the crowd. Black t-shirts, cadaver-skinned males, many of them unemployed, many of them lacking social skills, angry at the world. And the reason they're there is because they're angry that the one entity that they could go to for professional wrestling is just not entertaining enough for them. So Cody decided to throw red meat at them. The problem is there are some people in the crowd and some people watching, and honestly, those that are maybe more viable and have more money and are way more susceptible aren't carnivores. They're herbivores. They just want to go to the salad bar. They don't need a steak. They're perfectly fine with a baked potato. You gave us a great baked potato, Cody. But man, that well done New York strip that you're throwing out to everyone. Ugh. This was the point that let me down. Because I really, really felt like I was part of something. I was learning. I was being accepted. I met so many great people, talked with so many great people, inside and outside of professional wrestling, inside and outside of professional media, wrestling media, by God, outside of everything. And then he fed that line. I went through an entire weekend worrying about being sold to. From vendors, from performers and talents, from podcasters, from fans themselves. I went into this weekend. I'm on the plane to Chicago trying to tell myself, don't get sold to. You know when you're sold to. You're a salesman yourself. You know the pitch. You know the mannerisms. You know the vocal tone and inflection. You know everything. You can have a great time without being sold to. And I succeeded throughout the entire weekend until that. Again, I totally get why he said it. I totally get why he got on this diatribe and rant. God, he's in the moment. And also, number 2, it's the red meat for the crowd. I totally get it. I didn't need that. I was already full. You know, and it's that mentality that has always strayed me away from independent wrestling. What's always strayed me away from independent wrestling is twofold. Number 1 is the fans. It's not the talent. Talent's got nothing to do with taking me away from appreciating independent wrestling. It has nothing to do with it. I'm open-minded when it comes to talent. It's the fans. How frothing they are. How foaming at the mouth and rabid they are. And when someone new like me comes in, they attack. Why weren't you here before? You write for a wrestling site. You've been watching for so long. Why haven't you been here before? You should know. Already casting me down and talking down to me when I want to be a part. Acting snobbish when I want to be a part of this. Don't you guys? Okay. That's one of the reasons why I never latched on to independent wrestling. The second one is what Cody just did. Independent wrestling, TNA, ECW, WCW, everything that is not WWF since 1984. Since the advent of cable television, NWA, Mid-South, Smoky Mountain. I'm talking about stuff that's in my region here. Since 1984, any federation outside of WWF would have been considered independent wrestling. Mid-South, Smoky Mountain, ECW, Florida, Florida, Memphis, you name it. NWA, any region would have been considered independent wrestling. Independent wrestling is not supposed to be an alternative. It's not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be the Whopper to your Big Mac. It's not supposed to be the Pepsi to the Coke. It's supposed to be an addition. It's supposed to augment. It's supposed to enhance. Imagine if you went and, you had the same type of steak all your life, but then you found a nice horseradish sauce to complement it and you enjoy the steak even more. You used to like, insert any kind of food analogy that you want, but that's the best analogy I can give them. You enjoy something so much, and you're finding other things that are like it to enhance how you appreciate it, how you view it, how you interpret it. It's not supposed to be an alternative. It's not supposed to be this or that. It's not WWE or everything else. It's supposed to be both. It's supposed to be everything. That's how you appreciate everything. That's how you learn about everything. That's how you really learn about history and not just what the WWE feeds you in their machine and what they've bought the TV rights to. It's also about learning about other organizations, about other performers, about other fans, about other everything. It makes you a better human being. And now imagine if you took the same mindset and placed it to everyday life. What you only knew about politics until you heard other sides. What you only knew about food until you saw and tried other cooking. What you only knew about music until you listened to and tried and saw other music. Pro wrestling is supposed to be viewed just as open-mindedly as anything else in life. Anything else. For anyone to isolate you and tell you otherwise are not helping, not just to professional wrestling, but not helping to society. You remember back when you were maybe in high school or college or anywhere else, and you were a fan of a band or a performer in music, and suddenly someone, you tell them, hey, I kind of like this CD, I like this song, and then one person tells you, oh, well, you need to listen to their other stuff. No, you're not the real fan. I'm the super fan. That's what isolates you. That's what alienates you. That's what keeps people away from liking professional wrestling. If it weren't for the WWE and the WWE Network, we may not have professional wrestling. Understand that. If it weren't for the WWE having the hindsight of the death of the pay-per-view viewing structure and coming up with the WWE Network and staying strong with their television productions and their own branding and entity, professional wrestling wouldn't be on TV. The only way you'd be able to watch it is either on the internet or in state fairs and National Guard armories. It needs to be understood. I'm not saying to bow down to Big Brother. I'm just saying to accept what it's done. Accept what it's worth. And also understand that there is a massive audience around Big Brother that is open-minded enough to but open-minded enough to accept other forms. Don't alienate me. Don't isolate us. Because inevitably, it's us that don't wear the black t-shirts and actually see the light of sun every 2 or 3 days. It's us that will judge if you succeed or not. Understand the audience that you need, audience that you want, and also the audience that would like to be the audience. There, that's my diatribe. That's my rant. Sorry, had to get that out of me. Okay. That's what I've been needing to get out of me from All In. I've been so overwhelmed with so many different thoughts and opinions about it. Just had to get that out. So, all right, out of the way. Let's take a deep breath. Consult our sources. Because coming up next, to end the show, it's time for the match of the night. We're going to San Juan. I hope you've had your shots. I hope you don't have any cash on you, because there are going to be people feeling for you, because we're going to San Juan Arena. It is time to educate ourselves about Bandido and find out what a Flamita is. But yes, you're absolutely right, Jamel. I need to refill the sources. You guys refill on your sources. In the meantime, enjoy this graphic of Scott Steiner beating the shit out of a duck. I'll be right back. Hubba, hubba, hubba. Eeba, jeeba, booba. Hubba, hubba, hubba. Random words, random sounds, random words, random sounds. Hi, how you doing? All right. Time for match of the night, which I've been really looking forward to. I'm going to reload it here just so we don't have any hiccups here. All right. Look at this. Oh my God. Okay. WCW was a strange thing towards the end. Scott Steiner was basically allowed to run wild. Yeah, he was. From what research has done, it looks like the promotion is TCW. Oh, it's TCW. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm glad I got in touch with Lucha Blog when it comes to this stuff, because this stuff is really hard to find. So, thanks to Lucha Blog on the Twitter, he sent me a link to this match involving Bandido versus Flamita from the San Juan Arena. This was back in November 18th of last year. So, during All In the main event, in All In's main event that was incredibly pressed for time, the one performer that was in that match that I had never seen before was Bandido. And he had this really good look of, mask with, that looked like a bandit, Mexican bandit. Moved really quickly. And so I was curious, who is Bandido? Sent out a flare because I couldn't find anything on YouTube, and look at this arena. San Juan Arena. My God, look at this. No padding on the floor at all. This is concrete. Pure concrete. I can't imagine what the ring is. Okay? But look at this. This I am so curious about. Because just looking at the floor, no padding or any help, they can't go nuts. They got to watch out with what the hell they're doing. Okay? So, I really hope that Josh Boutwell from Wrestleview.com, longtime Lucha reporter, TNA reporter, I really, really hope you're watching this, because I am being really open-minded here, okay? So, yeah, this ring looks stiff as hell. There's no padding, no nothing, okay? So, Josh Boutwell, I'm diving into the deep end, and there's no water, and there's concrete at the bottom. Bandido versus Flamita. TCW, San Juan Arena, November of last year. Here we go. This is Bandido. Very young guy. Like the mask. Well, there's Flamita. Oh, well, shit. We're moving a walk. We're just going to move along quite briskly here. Oh, God. Okay. You got to land on your feet with those moonsaults, or else you're dead. Looking at a near 20-minute long match, but I'm so curious about this. Look at this. And this is the only camera angle I think we have. I could do without the leg sweeps. Those look really lax, but what's really interesting about the Mexican matches is look at the ref. The ref is really not as animated. The ref is really just in the standby. The ref is way out of the way. God, that is a stiff man. Well, that's a slow count. Wow. This is, wow. Okay. Third gen used to wrestle for CFL, left after being here. Okay, so he's Mexican indie. Okay. Third gen. Okay. But he's very young. I take it he's still he's like in his early 20s, mid 20s, something like that. I'm trying to remember from what I read from the database. Wow, it takes a long time for that ref. I don't know if that's a very large ring or a very slow ref. Sounds like maybe there's only 100 or 200 people in that arena. Wow. You know what amazes me too? Oh, 95, okay, so he's 23. You know what amazes me? The females that are in the crowd. There's more females in this crowd than any show that I've seen independent-wise, okay? And they're taking them out on a date. Look at that. Look at the crowd. Wow. It's a long count. It's a long count. I'm just more enamored by the arena itself, to tell you the truth. Look at this. Ooh! Twisted his hair. Out. This is going to sting. Oh God. Ugh. Wow, is this slow. Wow, ref is slow. Okay, this is cool. Kids cheering for him too. Kids and girls screaming for him. I got you, Ash. Cool. I guess I really have a feeling that if there's any wrestling that I would probably, if there's any wrestling that I would probably appreciate more right now, the age that I am and what I want, wrestling-wise, I would appreciate Lucha a lot. Just because it brings in more kids and families. That's what I love more. I love watching wrestlers' interaction with kids and families. Uh-oh. Whoa! He lands on his feet. Any dives outside, they gotta land on their feet. They gotta land on their feet. Oh, this is gonna be a miss. Oh! Whoa! 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 Damn! Whoa! Holy crap! Oh! Jesus Christ! That's insane. I'm roped in. This is insane. Wow. Josh, you're a horrible salesman. Josh Boutwell, you're a horrible salesman. This stuff is fantastic. Try to rip the mask, yeah, huh? Too busy trying to figure out who the face and the heel is in this, but I don't think it really matters because I'm still trying to figure out this country. Oh, shit! Whoa! Dear Lord! Man! God, that was so fluid. Nope, not this time. Wow. I feel like I'm eating sushi for the first time. I know that's not the right, not the right regional analogy to make, but this is what it feels like to me. You always hear that lucha is really great and everything. They're always a little apprehensive, but then you finally try it, you're hooked. Uh-oh. Buster. There's the Buster. Ooh. Canadian Destroyer. Well, my problem, I hate the Canadian Destroyer and I fucking hate the Spanish Fly. Fuck the Spanish Fly. That is the most ridiculous move I've ever seen. I got you, Ashley. So we're saying don't pay attention to CMLL and AAA. Try to find stuff like this. Okay. Canadian Destroyer. Yeah. Look at the crowd is into it. pushes a ref on the ground like that. Come on. Get up, you lazy bum. Oh, midget matches? Bring it. I love midget wrestling. Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. My father actually asked me with the All-In Starcast that I was going to. I told him it was independent wrestling. He asked me, are there going to be midget matches? Oh, God. Oh, he's okay. Ugh. Oh, God, fuck Vampiro. Oh, God. I've learned to stay away from Vampiro ever since 8 years ago. Fucking idiot. I'm really digging this, though. I'm really digging this. God, that outside of ring spot where Bandido caught him. My lord. Oh. Conan's been looking, well, okay. Yeah, I was about to say Vampiro. Oh, here we go, back and forth. Here we go, back and forth. Boo yay, boo yay. And I still don't know who's good and who's bad. Here's the pitch. Kind of a change-up. Not exactly the heater that Bandido gave him. All right, here's the wind-up and the pitch. Oh! All right, enough of that crap. Yeah, I'm really digging this. This is fun stuff. Oh. Uh-huh. Shooting star? No, 450. Sure. God, that ref. God, that ref is a fat fuck. That ref is a fat fuck. And understand that this match is not televised. This is a house match show, okay? There's no communique between producers or anything like that. This is solely the three men in the ring putting on the show. Okay, most refs are like that. But again, it's just these three guys putting on the show. Okay, no outside paraphernalia, no cameras, nothing. This is house show shit right here. This is National Guard Armory shit. All right. Only other match that we saw that was like this was Vader, Great Muda. Yeah, armbar. Yeah, that's happening there. Or Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles out of Indiana. Okay, those are matches that we've seen that come close to this. What's being produced. Working on a limb that's never been worked, but that's okay. Yeah, all right. But there's been really no rest spots at all. This has been very, very fluid. Very fluid. There's some people chanting. Oh, fucking Spanish. Fucking hate the Spanish fly. Moonsault or a Phoenix? Ah. Interesting. That was really, really interesting. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. Okay. Yeah, get back to my full shot here. That was really, really cool. Okay, to be my first foray into actual lucha that wasn't so overproduced in San Juan Arena, where I was afraid that I was going to get hepatitis just by watching it. That was really cool. I really got to check out more of this stuff. I need to look up more on TCW, the Bandido, Flamita, and the other performers that are there. I'm kind of hooked on that. That's pretty cool. Really cool stuff. Especially when I was just going into it again blindly. I don't know who the good guy or the bad guy was, or the face or the heel was. That was just really cool. Okay. I gotta be honest. This whole ever since I've started this show back in January, it's really opened my eyes to a lot of different performers and so many different talents from so many different areas and so many different regions that kind of makes wrestling cool again, because you never know what you may stumble upon. Am I going to go actively fishing? Probably not. I have a girlfriend and 2 jobs. So, yeah, sorry. But, man, that was a lot of fun. If you guys have any ideas for matches of the night that you'd like for me to check out, send them to me. Direct message at Doug Wrestleview on the Twitter. If you know lucha, send it to me. I'm freaking hooked. If you see bad lucha, send it to me. I'll probably get hooked as well. Also, 59 followers to 100. Thank you so much to Mikey and McCabe for joining up and following me. We're so close to the 100. I really want to check out Wrestle Kingdom 12. I really don't want to cave in until the end of the year. Lucha Blog does a weekly rundown of matches and their quality is option. Oh, cool. Awesome. Thanks, Ash. Send me some micro... Yes, Zorro. Send me midget matches out of Mexico. God, yes. I cannot fucking wait. You are not a wrestling fan until you watch Mexican midget wrestling. You are not a fan. My father would absolutely love watching that stuff. Okay, again, that's who I, got into watching wrestling from, was my dad. So he would absolutely fucking love Mexican midget wrestling. But Extreme Icon, thank you so much for joining up before I take it out of here. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. I will have this posted up to YouTube hopefully tomorrow. Got to figure out the kinks when it came to the server during the show, but that shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be really. But until then, also, next week's show is going to be a little different because, yes, it is the go-home show for Hell in a Cell, which means I got to make predictions and locks, and if I get them wrong, so yeah, just to let you know. Also, little programming. Well, no other programming notes. Next week is the go home for Hell in a Cell. I'll try and send over the worst Mexican matches. Go ahead, send me the best, send the worst. Just let me know which is which. Don't cloud my joy right now. Don't destroy the joy I have right now. But until then, I'm Doug Lackey, Wrestleview Weekly. I will see you all next week. Again, thank you all so much for joining up that have just joined up. Until then.